Hey, this is Dr. Dean. Thanks for joining me. Day Trade Exchange, a room to avoid. This is really an odd room. Actually, it's strange, and I'll show you why. As of today's date, let's get started. They clock in at number 204 out of a master list of 1,270. The domain name is owned by Brian. There he is. And if you go to the room, you'll see Brian, Dale, and John. Now, here's what's strange. They are invisible men. Don't believe me? Let me show you why. None of them have any Facebook listings. You could say, okay, big deal. But under LinkedIn, Brian, as the CEO, has 7 connections and no experience. That's odd. Dale has his picture, and the only experience he has is a day trading educator. All right. And of course, John's not listed at all, but he does have a post office box. All right, John. So, no experience, no data. Now, they have a publication on the Syndication Incorporated, which is like a business prospectus, and I picked it up and looked at it. Here it is. Brian's listed as a CEO. No pictures, papers, posts, articles, or contributions. As I told you, LinkedIn is blank. That's odd. He has no credentials. He has no names of previous employers, academic degrees, specific experience. Not even an email address. Zip, zada, zilch. John, same thing. And Dale, except for the picture, same thing. All 3 of them, exactly nothing. So I ask you, how is it possible that 3 people can simultaneously have no digital presence? How does it happen? And the answer is, it is by design. They must work together to maintain this clandestine presence. There are programs that will do that. How to erase yourself from the internet. They're really quite effective. Now, if I were to show you how this program, wait. Oop, I hit the wrong button. Yep, they just push everything out of the way. So these 3 men have no digital presence at all by design. That's odd. In the business prospectus, they list $1 million in intellectual assets. All right. So I went to U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. I looked up Brian. He has no patents under futures or trading. Day Trade Exchange, no patents. And the syndication, they have no patents either. Actually, have no trademarks or copyrights. So if they have no patents, trademarks, or copyrights, how do they have $1 million in intellectual property? That's a false statement made by invisible people. They list here under their expenses $4 million in net loss. Wow, how did you lose all of that? Why don't you just turn on that $1 million in intellectual property and make some money trading? Have they done that? No. They have no earnings per share. Now, here's something else strange. In the disclosure of related party transactions, Day Trade Exchange states that they borrowed money from Brian, $105,000. Nice going, Brian. It hasn't been paid. They borrowed some more, and some more, and some more, and some more, and some more. And this is what they owe him. Boy, I think Brian's more like a bank. Maybe I should have looked him up that way. Last year in November, they had a lecture they were giving. They list these different places they've been seen. We emailed them and asked them to send us the credentials, the listings. They ignored us. So now we have invisible people with false intellectual claims showing us phony credentials for these various citations. This is not unusual. Trading Star Pro with Harry Singh says he's an e-signal. He's not. He says he's been in the money show. He hasn't. Not here, not here, not there, not there, and certainly not here or there. All fake, all phony. We see this a lot. It says every day you don't trade with Archer, you're losing money. And this is what they posted as the credentials and track records for the days that we were there. Well, we were there. This is Roberta, and she saw this. She see lines and drawings and dots and circles, but she didn't see any actual trades. She saw a buy, but then it would be taken down. She see a sell, and that would disappear too. So she asked them, are you going to show any actual entries and targets and stops? And that's it. Banned for asking that question within about 2 seconds. We did a video call, We Ain't Got No Stinking Track Record, where we posted some of the most ridiculous statements that rooms gave us. Day Trade Exchange is in there. This is what John said to us. He said most track records are fabricated. That's not true. Therefore, they're meaningless. No, that's wrong. He says, we're the only public company that does this. This is ridiculous. There's dozens of public companies. The results are being compiled. They never were. They were never verified. And it says, are you kidding? And then he accuses us of having anger issues from the invisible man who gives us fake IP credentials and phony listings in various magazines. We have anger issues. I get a new announcement for a webinar in February of 2017, and I attend. This is a screenshot of my computer for all the feeble-minded people out there who believe I cannot be in 4 rooms at once. Take a look. Trading Futures in Action, Sage Futures, that's a brand new room, Polaris Trading Group, and there they have it, Trade Exchange, X marks the spot. Now, when we were in the room, we saw these kinds of lines and drawings and dots and circles. Here they are again, and here they are again. And my colleague, who is Marie, there says, this is my first time in here also. Are there actually trade entries being taken, John? And about 2 seconds later, banned as well. That's how they treat you if you ask a question. And while we were there, this is what they posted as trades. We saw none of these. No winning, no losing, no trades at all. I don't even know how they made money. But they have a video that shows this. Now, we were in the room, we saw none of this. If you post winning trades that people don't see and can't understand, what do you call that? Yeah, cherry picking. We didn't see any of the cherries either. So to conclude then, they have an elementary track record. It's crude, but since it doesn't tell me the number of trades taken in terms of contracts and profit loss per contract, I really can't calculate trade efficiency and, of course, wrap it up. They don't show their trades in real time, and lacking transparency, I don't trust any track record at all. They maintain a well-guarded digital presence, and yet they trumpet unsubstantiated claims on performance. And this, no pictures, posts, papers, citations, credentials, prior experience, no intellectual property, no profits, non-existent trades, and non-professional behavior. You know what I'm thinking? This is just me, of course. I think we have day trade X-files instead of day trade exchange. Well, it's a room to avoid. If you don't believe me, ask John or email Dale. And as always, this is Dr. Dean. Thanks for listening. Agree or disagree? Let me know your thoughts. Bye-bye.